Hey everyone, it's Lisa from Remote Working from Home, and thank you so much for watching this video, whether you're live or replay. You please post your comments below. I wanted to start off with one of the first videos being about planning, because if we don't have a plan, we don't know how to prioritize our day, and that's when the day gets away with us. We get into overwhelm. We're not quite sure what we've done all day, but we have been super, super busy. So I wanted to just jump in, and I'm going to be doing these in little bite-sized pieces because I know all of us are super busy and we're just trying to fit things in. So I'm going to have little incremental bits. And today it's going to be just jumping in very simply on planning and prioritizing. I'm going to be transparent. I've got some notes here because I want to make it as concise as possible, and I could talk for hours on this topic. So what I want to start with really is the importance of a plan, just small, simple steps that you can take to take charge of your day. And the first thing really is to take charge of your morning. Don't wake up and check your phone and look at what's going on in the world. Take control of your energy, get your needs out of the way first, and then start rolling out into the day. But please don't discount the simple steps. It's the consistent practice of the simple fundamentals that allow us to achieve the success that we're looking for, not one big bang. And the problem is that we get into these situations. I know there's so many people who have never worked from home. They don't have an office, and then we don't have the structure. If we try to attempt too much at once, trying to take everything on, organize everything, we're setting ourselves up for failure. And then what happens is we set these goals, we think we're going to be able to achieve something during the day, we don't, and then we stop losing trust in ourselves, believe in ourselves that we're actually able to accommodate it, and then we stop setting goals. And then that's just a whole downward spiral from there. So I want to ask, one of the things I want to really start with is Gary Keller has this great question, great quote that says, what is the purpose of a goal? Because we need to set goals so we know how to prioritize our day. And Gary Keller asks, what is the purpose of a goal? His answer is to act appropriate in the moment. And I think right now we need to be very focused on acting appropriate in the moment, because there's so many of us that are working from home that don't have the structure, and we still need to get the work done. We still need to take care of family, ourselves, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. So I'm going to ask you to really start thinking about and brain dumping. What are all of the actions that you need to take? What's on your to-do list and your task list? And just start getting them out of your head, listing them down. And then once they're on paper, I'm going to ask you to prioritize them. Now you're probably saying, I do not have time to be just, stopping and putting all of this down. But I'd invite you to really look at it as, if you don't have the time to slow down, that's the same as flying down the highway at 180 and saying, I don't have time to stop for gas. We need to have a plan so that we can prioritize our actions and do what's appropriate in the moment. Really creating those actions, one or two priorities. We cannot go horizontal and vertical at the same time. So we need to create that list, and then I want you to prioritize that list. If you just prioritize the day or the week, you don't have to prioritize the next quarter or the next month, but you do need to know what you need to focus on. And once you've got your list down and you've prioritized, take one or two of those components. Everything else at this moment on that list is a distraction for you getting the work done that you need to get done. And when you're able to prioritize is when you're able to actually have some downtime, focus on yourself and your kids, not work all night long and not work into the weekends because you're just trying to get too many things done. So you need to have a plan so you can prioritize your day, your actions, and your results. I want to say personally and professionally. It's not one or the other, it's both. How are we going to prioritize what we need to get done in the day so that we can get the priorities done? Again, we cannot go horizontal and vertical at the same time. And you need clarity on your priorities so that you can act appropriate in the moment and create your list. When you prioritize your actions in order of your priorities, prioritize your actions in order of your priorities so that you're not making teeny little progress because you're trying to push too many things along and then you're feeling frustrated and sort of like a failure at the end of the day. And when you think in order of priority, you act in the order of priority and things get done. And I know I get so much pushback from my clients of, I don't like all of this structure, it just feels so confining. But here's the thing, the people who have the most structure in their days actually have the most time and really the most money, because they've done the things that they've needed to do. They have tackled their priorities, and then the things next down on your to-do list are those are the things that you start to tackle afterwards, but really hitting your priorities. So I'm going to ask you to take all of the ideas in your head, all of your to-do list, your tasks, get it down on paper. Don't keep it up here, because then that's when we actually really get overwhelmed. And here's the thing, so many people think that they don't have the willpower or the discipline to get their work done, and they're feeling like a failure. It's lack of clarity, lack of priority that gets in our way, not necessarily willpower or discipline. So when you start gaining clarity on what it is specifically that you need to do, what has earned the right to make it to your calendar, to take up your day, and what is going to be put on the back burner, that once those first few tasks are taken care of, then you take the next priority in line and the next priority in line. So your work to do, and it shouldn't take that long really, but it is so incredibly important, is to take everything out of your mind, put it down on paper, step back and look at it, and then prioritize your actions. Really look at each task, each action as, how is it earning the right to have a spot on your calendar, a spot on your day? Why is that a priority? And remember, you cannot go horizontal and vertical at the same time. There's the law of diminishing return. When you're trying to do too many things, you will achieve very little, but you'll be very surprised that when you focus on one or two things at once, how quickly that priority list is starting to to move along. So do your brain dump, do your prioritize, write it down on paper. And then the next video, I'm going to be talking about time chunking and how to schedule out your day, how to schedule out your week, so that you know what you're working on, when, and most importantly, why. If you have any questions, if you have any insights or anything, please post below. I'll be checking in and answering any questions that are posted here. If there's anything specific that you would like to know about, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and have a great day.